IVP Sports presents the Buffalo Wild Wings High School Football Game of the Week. Brought to you by Buckeye Toyota, Bay Food Market, Fairfield County Adam H., the Savings Bank, Sheridan Funeral Home, Fairfield Federal, Fairfield DD, the Frankie Smith Funeral Home, the Edwards Insurance Agency, Dagger Law, the Carriage Company, Personal Touch Party Rentals, North Body Shop, Foltz Ag, Fairfield Medical Center, and Buckeye Lake Marina.
From Fairfield Union Stadium, IVP Sports presents the Buffalo Wild Wings Game of the Week as we raise the curtain on the 2022 high school football season as the New Lexington Panthers take on the Fairfield Union Falcons. We are now going to pause for our national anthem and the Fairfield Union Marching Falcons. That's the Marching Falcons with our national anthem. Hi again, everybody. I'm Josh Messerly, joined alongside by Tim Shoemaker, and welcome back to football, Tim.
Thanks. I'm excited to be here this evening.
It is always great. We get to this time of the year. I was taking a walk this morning, and I don't know, it's just this time of year you have that smell of the grass. There's just something different, and it tells you it's football season.
Well, you know, a lot of players and people are excited for game week, and we get the same way.
Absolutely. We're also joined by the third member of our team down on the sidelines. Welcome back. Happy New Year to Marion Royster.
Yeah, great to be back with you guys again. It's so exciting to have another football season ready to kick off here. Wonderful weather we have tonight. Hot, but not too hot. Usually in those August games earlier in the season, you worry about.
All right, and we've got a pretty good matchup, Tim, tonight between the Falcons and the Panthers. We'll talk first about the visitors, New Lexington, coming off a 3-7 disappointing 2021, but returning a lot of key players in key positions, especially when you talk about running back Hunter Rose, over 1,100 yards last year. Tatum Toth, a wide receiver, over 1,100 yards. You got a combination like that, you're going to turn it around pretty quickly.
Yeah, I had an opportunity to speak to Coach Board. He's really happy with what they've gotten done in the preseason. Very talented offensive team. They've got to see improvement defensively, but he really felt like last year they just had some opportunities that they did not take advantage of more than anything, Josh. Not that they played terrible. They just had opportunities to win some games and didn't get done.
Yeah, they were a team that started out really well, won 2 games in a row to start the season, but then had a 6-game losing streak that really turned their season around.
Yeah, and they play some really tough competition, but as Coach Board said, you know, they had opportunities in a lot of those games, and this year they've got to take advantage of that situation. They're very junior and senior dominated. That ought to help.
And Coach Kevin Board is in his 4th year with an overall record of 13-15. Meanwhile, for Fairfield Union head coach Sean Krupla in his 3rd year, he's 7-13. And Mariana, a team in Fairfield Union, struggled last year 4-6, but they just missed the playoffs a year ago. And they were a team that Fairfield Union, 4/10 of a point separated them in the 18th spot from the 16th spot, which is the last team to get in. And now let's go down to Marion. I was telling Shu, Marion, 4/10 of a point separated Fairfield Union from getting into the playoffs last year, a team that feels like they are on the upward swing.
Yeah, Fairfield Union has a lot to be excited about tonight, Josh, coming in with a lot of momentum from last season into the season. Upset actually at Amanda Clear Creek. First time they've been able to do that in a very long time. They'll be led with a lot of returning players tonight, most notably their quarterback Hayden Collins. He'll lead a running attack tonight. Hope to make the game pretty physical tonight against the Panthers.
We'll remind you that tonight's pregame is brought to you by Personal Touch Party Rentals and Events. Carol and Eric Whittington would like to invite you to stop by Personal Touch Party Rentals and Events in Lancaster. They're a small family-owned business and have been servicing the Central Ohio area since 2003. They would love to help plan your next event, weddings, special events, even corporate events, all with a personal touch. They can be reached at 740-689-6991. And as the New Lexington Panthers take the field, we await the Falcons to take the field. Let's take an opportunity to talk about tonight's keys to the game, which are brought to you by North Body Shop, providing quality customer service, parts, and reliability since 1979. Owner Mark North will provide you with a free written warranty on each estimate. That's Mark North of North Body Shop. He'll treat you right. Shu, your keys to tonight's game.
Number one, heard it from both coaches this week, having that opportunity to talk with Coach Cooper and Coach Board. Early momentum. The styles that they both play are very, very different. Lex is going to run a wide open spread offense, try to run the ball, but also throw the ball. Fairfield Union makes it no secret. They're going to run the football. They want to control the clock, and when they get to the fourth quarter, they want to have an opportunity to win the football game.
Marion, any keys for tonight's game from you?
Yeah, tonight, guys, I really think it's just a matter of not giving up the big play, really, for both teams. New Lexington has a really potent offensive attack, but has shown some susceptibility to give up the big play from time to time. And then again, with the Fairfield Union Falcons, as Shu was talking with their ground game, it's just a matter of, again, not allowing to the the New Lex passing attack to get on track. I think the team that comes out and is the most physical on defense and is able to keep everything in front of them will be successful tonight.
You know, more than anything this year, Tim, I think it seems like there's a lot of question marks with more of the teams around the county than there has been in recent years. You kind of knew what to expect to some extent. This year, it just seems to me that there's a lot of younger players stepping into new roles across the board in schools around the county, and you don't know what to expect coming to this year.
No, it's exciting actually for us. I mean, I know it's probably nerve-wracking for the coaches, but from our end, players graduate and then they have to retrain or realign other players in these programs. And on that, we've lost some coaches in the area.
Yeah.
And you have coaching changes. You have different philosophies, different ways to do things. They may be successful in a different way. We don't know, but that's, like you said, a lot of uncertainty right now coming in.
Beautiful night for high school football here just outside of Lancaster. 81 degrees and really not terrible humidity. I've had much worse season openers than this, so we are thankful for that, and not much of a wind to speak of either. So we'll be interested to see if the players stay hydrated as well as they normally do. Usually it's a little tougher this time of year as you get to see a nice little sunset. Always a bit of a challenge here at Fairfield Union. The field kind of runs more east to west than north to south, so sometimes early kickoffs, if you're on the east end of the field, you kind of have a difficulty seeing the football.
Yeah, I'm sure the coaches discuss that when they go out and make the decision on after the coin flip. I'm sure that's part of the decision, which way you want to go, especially the first half.
Yeah, you wonder if that does factor into the decision-making for the coaches. And while we have a moment, we'd also like to thank Foltz Ag as one of our sponsors this year. We would like to wish Fairfield Union and all the local teams best of luck this season. Foltz Ag is a family-owned business that provides dependable and affordable tractors, equipment, and outdoor power products. Stop in and visit them at 2535 East Main Street in Lancaster, or give them a call at 740-808-8600. In fact, passed by that place on the way out here. Both teams get out here a little bit early before the into the warm-up clock, about 30 seconds left to go as the officials break their huddle and get to their respective positions. It's always kind of like a Christmas morning moment when you get ready to go and then you have to sit and wait.
It is.
Fairfield Union will be kicking off, and New Lex will be set to receive this one.
I'm sure Coach Board like this. He really approaches the game from the offensive side.
Back deep for the Panthers is Jarek Braglin. And teeing it up for Fairfield Union is Caleb Bear. And they got 12 minutes on the clock, so we're ready to go. There you see the nice new scoreboard they got here at Fairfield Union Stadium. You got the names for the teams and everything on there. A very nice looking scoreboard. And the kick is a short pooch kick. That'll be fair caught at the 36-yard line by an up back. That was Brentley Hansen who waited for the fair catch. And to remind you, tonight's opening kickoff was brought to you by Sheridan Funeral Home. Sheridan Funeral Home is proud to be supporting high school football. They've been servicing the communities of Lancaster and Fairfield County for over 100 years. So thanks to our longtime sponsor friends at Sheridan Funeral Home.
Well, we'll see what the Panthers decide to do here and how Fairfield defends them, Josh, because I think there's going to have to be some adjustments sometime throughout the evening.
Lucas Ratliff is the quarterback. 6'4", 190, and a senior, and they'll go spread on 1st and 10. Bubble screen caught out on the edge, and a nice gain by Jarek Braglin, who will take it out just shy of the 45-yard line.
It's the same as a run right there, Josh. You just get him the ball quick and let him do his thing.
That team, it looked like they liked to throw the ball. Got to see a little bit of their scrimmage scouting out this team, and looked like they like to put it in the air. Another bubble screen to Braglin, and he's going to have a first down, taking it into Falcon territory before he's tattooed out of bounds at the 41-yard line.
Yeah, they're going to force the Falcons' corners to come up and play tighter.
First down for the Panthers.
It was Brennan Rolls who knocked him out of bounds.
Brought down by Brennan Rolls. 1st and 10.
And those have been way too easy.
Yeah. Easy pitch and catch as they go to that 4x1. Braglin again, the bubble screen, and he takes it inside the 40.
Well, plus the difference in college, high school from professional, you can block before the ball's there. You're permitted to do that. In professional football, you're not allowed to block people before the player has the ball.
And now early movement up ahead, and it's going to cost the Falcons 5 yards. We'll hear from our official for the first time.
Encroachment on the defense. Still second.
Early face time for our officials here in 2022.
Gosh, even the down markers neon tonight.
I know, that's nice. You can see that from a mile away. So it'll be 2nd and about 1.5, we'll say. And the first run, and I know it's going to be a pass again. And slipping a tackle on the reception, number 33, Isaac Dick, and he's going to have a first down inside the 25 for the Panthers.
Yeah, really nice cut there with the ball. They're just, they're just going to put their people out there and let them make plays. And if Fairfield Union doesn't tackle well or become more aggressive, it's going to be a tough time for them.
You'd never know. Lucas Ratliff, the quarterback, has only thrown 2 passes in the last year. He was 0 for 2 with an interception a year ago. Played mostly wide receiver, but a backup quarterback. Now the Panthers taking their time here on first down. And it's going to be our first run of the game as Ratliff trying to get the corner. And he gets forced out of bounds inside the 20.
6 yards, you'll take that on first down.
They are really moving the football,
yeah,
no matter what they call right now.
I asked Coach Board about Lucas and what he thought. Because Coach Board, you can see the replay here. Watch him get on the perimeter. Good little push off there. Get another yard.
It rolls again, forced him out of bounds. Now it's going to be a handoff to Rose, and he bounces off of one tackler. And he's taken down at the 12-yard line, but it'll be a first down again for New Lexington.
You know, Hunter gained more than 1,100 yards last year. And that's a really good season.
First and 10.
To me, the impressive stat for him, 5.81 yards per carries. That one's incomplete.
Yep, very impressive.
When you're getting over 5 yards a crack, that's a pretty good year.
And I asked him about Lucas, though, because Coach Board's a quarterback's coach, and he's very, very happy with how he's progressed. He just wants him to do the simple things, distribute the ball to the people that are open, make sure we're in the right alignments. It's not going to put it on him to have to win the game. He just wants him to do the things that are proper to help their offense move the ball.
I think with it being a young quarterback, inexperienced, I should say, that's something that you really want to do, is take the pressure off him, especially early in the year. This one fired out in the flat. That's caught, and spinning inside the 5-yard line was Ryan Hobbs, who will have first and goal for New Lex.
Brought down by Brendan Rolls.
They're just putting a lot of stress, as you'll see here on the replay, on the perimeter. Cornerbacks out here at Fairfield Union. Nice run.
And here's Ratliff straight ahead, and he is in for the score.
Ratliff on the keeper is good for a Panthers touchdown.
Well, we talked about that momentum, how big that was. Both coaches spoke about it. I think it's important because of the styles the teams play, and New Lex has taken the first step.
It was like a well-oiled machine moving down the field for the Panthers to get them on the board for the first score of the season. And they are going to elect to go for 2. Having seen some footage of their scrimmage, they looked like the kicking game was a little bit of a struggle, so it might just be easier to go for 2. And that a sliding catch in there. Tatum Toth with the reception for the deuce.
Tatum's a really good receiver, but I really like Lucas Ratliff's poise in the box. You know, I was fortunate to go watch them scrimmage last week. I knew they were close. I get an opportunity to see a team that we don't always see. He's very poised, Josh. He looks over the field. He has good vision, takes his time, and then, as you saw, he has a pretty doggone good arm.
You know, and that was the thing I noticed. It was kind of hard to tell who was who because you know how they, in scrimmages, like to mix up the numbers a little bit. But you could tell watching him, knowing that it was Ratliff at quarterback, just the poise, as you said. He did not look rattled at all.
No.
Well, I'll tell you guys, you know, we were really it's extreme for the Panthers for the remainder of the evening.
We'll see if Fairfield Union has an answer after giving up that opening drive to New Lexington. That was really, as you said earlier, the question for Fairfield Union was defense.
Yeah.
You know they have the ability to score some points, but can they stop anybody?
Chase DeWalt on the kick for the Panthers.
And I know Coach Krupla, he thinks the strength of his team is his offensive line, and we're going to get a chance to see that now.
Malt lets this one go, and up back will take it out across the 30. And some good starting field position for the Falcons up near the 40-yard line as Thomas Pulling on the return for Fairfield Union.
Well, both teams, wasn't New Lex starting like the 34th?
Yeah,
so they had a
very similar.
66-yard drive, and you know, kicking changes the game. If you looked at numbers and percentages, and if you looked it up, teams have a hard time driving the football 80 yards or further. I mean, at every level. So kicker's a weapon.
Get our first look at Hayden Collins, the starting quarterback for Fairfield Union, over 1,500 yards rushing. You're going to see a lot of this on the quarterback power, and he'll take it out to the 46-yard line. Pick up of about 7 there on first down. Ratliff on the stop.
7-yard gain.
It's like the old single wing, Josh.
Reminded me a lot of, here's another look at it.
Yeah, watch a good blocking right there. Step through the hole, good tackle by Ratliff.
A lot of quarterback runs. Remind me a lot of what Florida used to do back in the day with Tim Tebow. Similar type of offensive scheme. And here's a carry for Collins weaving through the defense. He's going to have a first down and into Panther territory.
Hayden Collins on the
We're
carry.
seeing a lot of Hayden Collins tonight for Fairfield Union.
Well, he's so doggone patient running the football. I mean, he hid behind the blockers there. Just kind of, you know, weaved his way. Watch here. He just kind of weaves, and he's strong enough to, you know, to run through people.
He had 52 carries in their Week 10 upset at Amanda Clear Creek a year ago.
There's a lot of players who don't get 52 carries in a season.
Absolutely. Even 30 for a high school player is a lot. Can't imagine how he felt the next morning. They must have felt it was the last game. Why not?
It's a direct snap. I mean, it's not like, there's anything cute about it.
And here's a handoff. And straight ahead goes Owen Ruff, 5'10", 185 pounds, and a sophomore.
Yeah, Owen Ruff is a player that Coach Krupa felt really they got to find a way to use him because he'll be a big plus to them.
Well, the big question on offense for Fairfield Union is who else is going to be able to carry the load for Hayden Collins. I mean, he can't do it all himself.
No, and Brady Kennedy did a really good job defensively on the line right there. He forced pressure, got a tackle for a 1-yard gain, and when you hold the Falcons to 1 yard, that's really a good job defensively.
Collins going to go right, trying to get the edge. Almost slips out of a tackle, but he'll have a first down as Lucas Ratliff, quarterbacking on quarterback there. But it'll be enough to move the sticks.
Yeah, one end you're driving the team to score, and the other end you're trying to tackle people to keep them from scoring. Here's the replay again. What's a direct snap? Like I said, the old single wing. The old timers would love watching this right here. Here he goes. Just well blocked. At the point of attack, Josh, they're really coming off the ball on him here.
Let you know that tonight's tonight's replays are brought to you by Dagger Law. Here's a handoff again to Ruff, and he will not get much there, maybe a yard or two at the most.
Ruff on the carry. Brought out by Michael Vernon. 48, second down and 9.
Hey, you wonder at any point if Fairfield Union may try and open it up just to help the running game.
Well, there's good D right there.
Rolls getting stretched out here on this play. He'll get about a yard as the Panthers were all over that. Hunter Rose on the stop.
Yeah, you can see it here. Look at the penetration. That was number 55. Lane Baker did a really good job getting penetration and forcing that thing even wider. This is the down and distance, if you're New Lexington, you want the Falcons to be in right here. This is not a comfort zone for them.
No, you are right. First third down of the night for the Falcons. It's going to be Collins. Hand on the back of a blocker, and he gets wrapped up at the 30-yard line.
Collins on the carry.
Trace Wollenberg on the stop.
Yeah, it's 4th and 7, so there's nothing they're going to gain much by punting here.
It's kind of that no man's land.
Yeah, I mean, they gave the kickoff. They gave him the ball at the 34 the last time, so they're going to start him even further back this time. But they got to find a way to convert.
Owen Ruff will bring the play in for Fairfield Union. See what they have here on 4th and 7. It's going to be a toss. And that play had little chance of succeeding on the sweep. Hazelwood had nowhere to go. He had to make his first cut in the backfield.
Yeah, senior Ryan Hobbs blew that up. And honestly, if you're New Lexington defense, why wouldn't you do this, Josh?
Sure.
They haven't shown the ability to pass, shown that they have no propensity to want to do it. So go get the runners.
You can see the white jersey swarming to the football to close out that play. Well, and that's going to be the key thing for Fairfield Union. Can you keep defenses honest enough to not have all that, as Marion was saying, that extra support in the box?
It's true.
Teams used to do that a lot against Lancaster back in the day, too.
Wow.
And there's a bubble screen that nearly got picked off, but it's going to be a nice gain and even more into Fairfield Union territory. And a late flag flies in as Jarek Braglin hauls it in. We'll check the laundry. That was way away from the play.
Jarek's having a field day here in the first quarter.
Mm-hmm.
Fairfield Union defensive backs have got to come up and challenge these receivers, guys. If they don't, they're going to keep throwing those bubble screens and short passes all night long.
Going to be a face mask against Fairfield Union. So tack on 5 more for that.
5 or 15?
I think he said 5.
Okay, you were correct.
My lip reading's not so good, but it didn't seem to make the personal foul indication.
Well, I know one thing. If they don't bring those defensive backs up, Marion's going to go get a jersey on over there.
I could sense, I could sense he's wanting to jump in there.
Yeah, he's foaming at the mouth. Throw me the ball out here on the end.
He's probably in the best shape of anybody on our crew to jump in there.
I would agree with that.
First and 10 from the 40. Pump fake. Going wide open down the sideline. Caught. Touchdown, New Lexington.
What a nice long ball. Threw that perfect.
Isaac Dick with the reception for the score, a 40-yard touchdown.
Boy, now you put the Falcons in a tough spot right now. 2 touchdowns down.
And you got the sense they were setting that play up.
Well, you see him give a little shoulder shimmy for the fake, and then he just ran down the field and beat the defensive back. Nice throw.
Yeah, superb display of play calling going on right there offensively, guys. It's just things, again, the setup of the bubble screen, and then suck everybody up and just go deep. Just excellent job by the offensive play caller for the Panthers.
New Lex is going to go for the conventional point after. Barman's kick is up and good. And is there a flag? Yes, there is a flag there.
Barman's kick is good. There's a penalty mark on the
They get it running into the kicker.
Into the kicker. So they can't.
And take on kick.
A little bit inside the huddle there. We'll wait for the call.
Running into. On the
Penalty is
defense.
Running into the kicker against the
That'll be
Falcons.
enforced
Be
on the
assessed
kickoff.
on the kickoff.
All right, so 5 yards tacked on to the kickoff, and it's been a pretty good start for New Lexington.
Couldn't ask for anything more. Really efficient. You talk about the play calling. I know Coach Board likes to call the plays along with his assistant Chad Cook, who's up here beside us. They've just done a marvelous job of prepping their team to be ready to go from the get-go.
Another thing, guys, the Panthers are already up to a 15-0 lead. The offenses look spectacular. And one name that we haven't called yet tonight, or very much in any way, Tatum Toth. So, I mean, and he's not even been a key part of this offense yet. So, that's got to spell good news for the Panthers, but rough going for the Falcons there.
Not to mention Marion, Hunter Rose has barely touched the ball tonight.
Yep.
Absolutely, yeah.
I know, I'm sure their philosophy is we're just going to take what they give us, and right now they're giving us everything on the outside.
Exactly.
Smart football.
Panthers bluffed the onside, and now a squib kick, and it was recovered by the Falcons at the 46-yard line. Didn't quite go 10 yards.
It's a good decision by him covering it because it was going to.
It was just one of them tricklers that was going to die probably right at 10 yards. So excellent starting field position for Fairfield Union, down by 2 scores with 4:48 to go here in the opening quarter.
Well, the big thing for them now is they got to get their offense going, but they got to stay in the right down and distance that they're comfortable with.
Falcons take over first and 10.
See what adjustments the Falcons make here on their second drive. Moved the ball fairly well down the field their first drive till it's stalled out. First and 10 from the 46. Collins met and stuffed.
Brought down by Lucas Ratliff.
We could say that's a plethora of defenders.
Yes, a host of defenders, one of my favorite. Zach Robinson was the one who had him wrapped up, but he certainly got some help.
Yeah, and that's the kind of effort they have to have if they're going to be successful this year. I know that was an area where, like we talked about, them feeling like they had some opportunities. I think a lot of times those opportunities came on the defensive end that they just didn't quite get the job done.
Right. Give Collins a couple on that carry. We near 4 to play in the opening quarter. Collins trying to get the edge, and he's thrown down at the 45.
Tell you what makes him so tough, as you saw right there, is he has a change of pace. He's kind of, just slowly tipping, then he has a boost, Josh, and he just gets on that corner, and the next thing you know, he's got 7 yards.
He knows when to switch gears.
He does.
Big third down coming up for Fairfield Union. A low snap. Collins picks it up and rumbles for the first down. There is a flag down, though.
Generally, that's a hold when the umpire tosses it.
I would say 9 times out of 10.
Yep.
And we'll check the officials here momentarily as well. Introduce you to them tonight. After we get the call, it was a first down for Fairfield Union. Will it stay that?
On the run, we had a personal foul on the defense.
Wow.
Personal 15 yards.
Panthers.
First down.
This is that 1 out of 10 times it's not holding shoe.
You nailed it.
There's our officials tonight. Tony DeMana is our referee.
Umpire Jackson Moore, head linesman John Key, line judge Mike Creamer, back judge Corey Newman.
Over Panther, 29-yard line.
So that is huge. Huge for the Falcons. And there's a direct snap up the middle. That was Jonah Starner, 6'1" senior on the carry. His first carry tonight.
Grant Bach, the ball carrier. Brought down by Brady Kennedy. 3-yard gain, second down and 7 for the Falcons.
There's Collins straight ahead, wrapped up.
David Collins, ball carrier.
Decent gains there, and bring up another third down as we tick near 2 minutes to play in this opening quarter.
Yeah, the Panthers that time had 4 down linemen. They had almost all 11 people inside the box there. And again, I ask, why not? Until they prove different.
Falcons have not put it up in the air yet.
No.
See Collins coming off.
That could happen.
See who takes the snap here. It's going to be Owen Ruff. He's lining up in the quarterback position. And it's going to be Ruff, keeper to the right side. Gets the edge. And he'll have a first down and banged out of bounds at the 15-yard line.
Yeah, showed a little grit and toughness right there. Took a hit, stayed low, kept his balance, got the first down.
Some hard-earned yards at the end of that run for Owen Ruff, just a sophomore.
First and 10 Falcons from the Panthers, 17-yard line.
Coach was not kidding when he said it'll be a big part of the offense and defense.
No, he just said he's improved so much, and he just surprised them in their camp this fall.
Well, when you have sophomores like that, you don't know what to expect.
No, you don't.
Here's Rolls keeping it, and he will take it down to the 17. Maybe we'll give him to the 16-yard line.
Brought down by Michael Vernon of the Panthers. Short gain, second down and 9 for the Falcons.
Really grinded out on offense for Fairfield Union.
Yeah, I'm just anxious to kind of see, if New Lex makes any more adjustments here defensively. Just makes it even a little tighter getting up in there.
We see the ball's resting at the 17, but everybody's inside the 10-yard line.
Yes.
There's Collins.
Well, I think the thing you've got to be happy with if you're, New Lexington is you're really matching the physicality.
Yeah.
I think last year they felt at times, even though they won the football game, you see it right here. Watch this. There's a hit. Get him on the ground. But I think there were times last year's game, which was an opener also, they kind of felt that Fairfield Union was more physical. I don't see that yet.
And that's a team on defense in New Lexington that, they lost a couple linebackers at graduation, but about everybody else they returned from last year. As that will take us to the end of the first quarter with the score New Lexington 15 and Fairfield Union nothing, as you see the beautiful sunset just outside of just outside Lancaster, just outside Rushville, just kind of in between, I suppose you would say.
By the way, tonight's first half scoreboard sponsor is Buckeye Toyota. Buckeye Toyota would like to wish all of the local athletes best of luck this season. Buckeye Toyota is your hometown dealer that is here to help. Visit us online at mybuckeyetoyota.com.
Also will mention that our replays tonight are brought to you by Dagger Law. Dagger Law would like to wish all area teams best of luck this season. Dagger Law is a law firm built on more than 110 years of legal experience. Whatever your situation, the knowledgeable legal professionals at Dagger Law can get you the help you need from a local, trusted, and experienced firm. Contact Dagger Law today at 740-759-4096 or online at daggerlaw.com. So a promising drive for Fairfield Union as we start the second quarter. Boy, you feel like this is a must-score drive, though, for the Falcons, the way things have gone.
No, the way the teams play, this is critical. They have not shown an ability to stop the Panthers yet from driving. And this is a place where they have to score, Josh. There's just no doubt to feel like they have a chance in this game.
Wonder if this might be 4-down territory as well.
I would certainly think so. But, again, the Panthers have them in a very difficult down and distance situation here at 3rd and 8.
It'll be Collins and Ruff in the backfield here on this 3rd and 8. It'll be Collins trying to find a crease, pushing the pile forward, and he'll get it down to the 8, real close to a first down.
That's just power football right there.
You can actually spot him about a long yard shy. And the offense is going to stay on the field.
Jacob Markwood, number 44, senior. He's 6'3", 230. Not a bad guy to follow.
Yeah, he was referred to as a group called Big Skill. I like that. Here's Collins on 4th down. Finds a crease, and he will find the end zone. Aiden Collins takes it in from 8 yards out, and the Falcons are on the board.
Yeah, that was just the Falcons showing really strong will. I thought they just really stuck it to the Panthers up front here.
A very gritty drive.
Yes.
And it results in 6 points as Isabella Neal on to attempt the extra point.
She had a good season last year kicking, if you recall.
She did. I remember Marianne had a chance to interview her parents on the field during the game last year. Her kick is up, and it's good. So 11:17 to go until halftime. Our new score, 15-7 in favor of New Lexington.
And there you see Aiden Collins getting to the end zone. Boy, they have to have that. You just it's hard enough to down 2 scores. You just can't go down 3. Now that for the Falcons' sake, if you're a Falcon fan, you've got to figure out how to get a stop.
Well, and you know as a coach the psychology of a team, especially when you are trying to turn around a program and you have your season opener and things start going sideways a little bit, and you worry, I'm sure, as a coach about the makeup of your team. Can they mentally handle it?
Well, that depends a lot upon your work ethic of your team, but also your senior leadership, Josh. And I think for them last year, winning that game at Amanda at the end of the year last year showed them a little bit of that they had a little bit of substance about them. And I'm sure it's carried over in the offseason to this year. But this is a different team, regardless, every year. Even if you have the same players back, they're different teams.
Here's a little pop-up kick that a fair catch. Yeah, I was going to say, I thought he waited for a fair catch. That was Isaiah Stevens who caught that one and tried to run with it.
Hey, if it works.
If they don't whistle it dead, you've got to play on. So excellent starting field position again for New Lexington.
Yeah, shorter fields, much easier to drive.
First and 10 from the 40-yard line.
Less chance of making an error, Jared.
Yeah, that's what you're trying to minimize the damage, I suppose.
Well, actually, so far on offense, both teams have been very productive.
See Hayden Collins, you saw him just a moment ago down getting some tape on the sidelines.
Like he'll be okay.
Looked like it wasn't anything serious, but you never know.
'Tis but a flesh wound.
And here's Toth with the reception, and he nearly broke that for a first down.
Now, did you see what the Falcons did that time? They blitzed the corner, try and put pressure or get to Ratliff. So that's a little tweak already in their defense.
You got to try something. You can't just let them march down the field. Second and 1. Handoff. Rose gets out of a tackle. Flag flies in as he reverses field. Rose has some blockers. He's into Falcons territory and out of bounds at the 34, but it might be coming back.
Yep.
And it is.
Well, the Fairfield Union defense made good penetration that time, and Rose just made a very good individual play. Unfortunately, somebody was holding.
And we'll hear from Tony DeMana. A big break for Fairfield Union.
Well, they got a break on the offensive end with the 15 yards, so penalties play a big
Holding,
role.
offense number 67, 10 yards, repeat set.
So I'll move it back inside the 40.
Penalty repeats second down.
And guys, this will be the first bit of adversity that the New Lex offense has really seen tonight, so we'll see how they respond to this.
That's a really good point, Marion.
Ratliff will work out of the gun. He'll hand it off. Rose gets by one, but not the second defender.
Good defense.
Yeah, that coming up, making that play, number 26, Clay Markwood, a 5'8", 155-pound sophomore.
But, you know, it's funny, after talking to Coach Board this week, he said one thing he doesn't like to do is punt. He says, I hope my punt coach is the most bored coach on our staff.
So far, he's right.
And here, they're not going to punt.
Third and long. Swing pass, and it'll go for nowhere.
Tremendous play.
Much better effort on defense that time out for Fairfield Union as they get the stop.
Ryan Hobbs.
I believe that was Hazelwood, number 3 there on the tackle.
Oh, great job of coming up and being aggressive.
There's a low-angle sun right now. It's kind of hard to see the numbers. And New Lex will punt for the first time tonight. That one just got away, and a high punt at that. Hazelwood will call for the fair catch. The Falcons will take over inside their own 20-yard line.
Well, you know, the thing is, I know Coach doesn't like the punt, but Toast's good.
That's a pretty good punt, yes. I was going to say that.
Well, you know, he was the MVL punter of the year 2 years ago in the Muscatine Valley League, and they usually have some pretty good personnel that can kick the football.
So see what Fairfield Union does as they get on the board their last drive. This time they'll have to drive the field a little bit.
I know the coaches don't necessarily love it. I love watching this competition now and finding out who's willing to battle a little bit, who's going to deal with a little adversity, and you know, find out, because Fairfield Union kind of jammed the ball down their throat there at the end of the start of the second quarter on that drive.
And these are two very similar programs right now. Both
Yes.
kind of struggled the last several years and trying to regain their footing, and you saw a lot of parallels between the two as we were working on our preparation this week.
Yep. Programs that have good players, work hard, have good communities to support, but you still, at the bottom line, you have to have good results. And they're both working hard to get those.
Yeah, Lexington has not had a winning season since 2019. For Fairfield Union, you have to go back to 2017. Of course, nearly got into the playoffs, Fairfield Union, a year ago. The expanded format. Collins will keep it on second down. And he'll roll across the defender to the 25.
Sometimes you just throw your body in there. When I see it's like the old USC Trojans. Power right, power left. Here we come.
Yeah.
Student body right, as they used to call it. And but Michael Vernon for New Lexington, he just dove in there and gave up his body.
Collins goes off for this play on third down.
Well, who do you think is going to get it now?
A couple of options, I suppose. It's going to be Ruff going straight ahead, and he's pushing across, and we'll have a first down out across the 30.
Yep. The right side of that line is just really getting a great push.
And you get a good look at Owen Ruff.
Tackled by Ratliff.
Ratliff on the stop for the Panthers.
Here's a replay. Look at there. Look at the push. He didn't really get touched till he's 3 yards past the line of scrimmage.
You can work with that.
Oh, if you want to run the football and you're going to get 5 yards of carry, you'll live with that. That's for sure.
First down. Collins back in, bounces off of a offensive lineman, and he's going to get stacked up. And now thrown back, and the ball comes free.
Vernon rolls ball carrier.
Actually, that was Molson on the carry, not Collins.
I think Fairfield Union ended up with it, though, didn't they?
Yeah, I think they did.
Wow.
Murdoch. There's Collins on the sidelines. Murdoch comes up with it for Fairfield Union. You say Collins may be a little discomfort.
Yeah, he's kind of wobbly over there a little bit. Well, I'll tell you what, the thing about playing Fairfield Union, they're going to challenge you. You're going to have to determine that you're either going to stick your nose in and battle, or you're going to get run over. They have 5 linemen now on defense here.
Here's Ruff.
Yep, 69
spins,
again.
and he drags a defender. Michael Vernon again on the stop. He's been active tonight.
Yeah, they're coming right at him, and he's accepting the challenge right now. Well, it's been predominantly to the right, Josh. If you've paid attention, I don't have all their plays here, no, but it's been predominantly a run to the right. And you look at the linemen that are over here, I can't quite see the numbers right now, but I'm sure that's their seniors.
Right. An extra blocking back on that side. Here's Collins back in. He'll take it out to the 36.
Hayden Collins, ball carrier.
Falcons doing a little bit better job of staying out of those third and long situations.
Yeah, that's critical for them because they tend to fall forward. Even when they're tackled, they end up falling forward. Now you got, 2 yards to go.
And guys, number 34, Aiden Pritchard, bringing the play in right now. Heck of an athlete, guy that we saw in last year's game when we covered Fairfield Union. Had some really big plays. Really surprised that he hadn't gotten the ball yet tonight. We'll see if he does on this play.
Be a good time for him, but it's actually going to be another keeper. Collins will have a first down.
Hayden Collins on the carry is good for another Falcons first down.
When you have defenders on their back, that's not a good thing.
No.
No. From the defensive coaching side.
Falcons from the 43-yard line.
And you had to know probably it was coming, and you still couldn't stop it.
Yeah, I mean, you saw right here. I mean, it's just a very physical situation. They keep giving Collins a rest here.
Even though it's not very hot tonight, though, it's probably hot enough if you're carrying as much as he is that you're going to get worn out.
Yeah, you put those pads on, then you're going to carry another 500 pounds with all these people on top of you.
Here's Hazelwood shifty, and he gets it to 44 and a flag down.
Kevin Hazelwood, the ball carrier. Penalty marker on the field.
Well, that's a crusher.
I'll set him off schedule.
Yeah.
We are near 5 minutes to play in the half.
Holding on the
Holding
offense.
is Falcons.
Number 72. Repeat first down.
Yeah, guys, you touched on an offense like this, 1st and 20 can sometimes feel like 1st and 40. You know, when you don't have the ability really to put the ball in the air, you know, other than a couple plays. So be interesting to see what happens on this drive.
Here's Hazelwood trying to get the edge, and he will get a yard. He took a lick at the end of that play.
Yeah, that's not Hayden Collins running.
No.
I mean, they make it look simple sometimes, but good athletes. You know, watch him take a hit here at the end. Boom. Physical right there at the line of scrimmage.
We see the evidence of that in our Dagger Law replay tonight.
I know Josh brought up Jaden Pritchard. He's pretty much been a blocking back here on the right side, but he's physical.
We have a lot of options back there, certainly. Hazelwood going to take the direct snap, and he will give it to the aforementioned Pritchard, and he will not get much.
Nah, I tried to counter him a little bit, but the New Lexington linemen stayed in their spots. Got to make sure you play assignments.
You wonder what their keys are when they see Collins out of the game, who they're looking for defensively.
Well, I'm sure their mouths are watering. I mean,
Yes.
because it's not quite the same, and that's no knock on the kids in there. It's just he's that good.
Yeah. We want to thank the folks tuning in live tonight on CLN, your hometown connection on YouTube, or perhaps you're joining us on Interphase Video Productions Facebook page or Twitter feed as well. So thanks to tune in, and make sure if you're watching on CLN, your hometown connection on YouTube, to hit that subscribe button. 3rd down, they're going to put it up in the air, and that one's incomplete.
Deflected. I'm not sure who got it, but it was a good job by deflecting the pass.
Surprised everybody by putting it up there on 3rd and long.
Yeah, you got 3rd and long. I mean, they're just trying to, flood an area out there and get something on the perimeter and maybe have an athlete make a play.
Ryan Hobbs back deep for New Lexington to await the punt.
So we had both teams get a stop back to back.
This is rough with the punt, and it's going to hit and roll and backspin, and Hazelwood's going to touch it up at the 40-yard line. So New Lexington will have 3:04 to go and a full complement of timeouts.
Yeah, I don't think that's a problem for them offensively.
No, they don't need much to score.
No. They were a little less effective last time. We'll find out this drive and see. This could be a big changer in the momentum of the game.
Yeah, very, very crucial drive for both teams. Perhaps it might be the last drive before the half. Ratliff will spread them out on 1st and 10. Bubble screen. Catch is made, and a nice gain by Jarek Braglin with a late flag coming in. Braglin has had himself a nice first half.
And the visual call hold on one of the blocking receivers. He called offensive pass interference.
That'll set the Panthers off schedule.
At least that's what I thought I saw.
Might have been a block in the back.
Maybe that was it.
We'll get the official word here.
Offense. Block in the back.
Yep.
Number 21.
Block in the back.
10
He
yards.
gets the Panthers.
Repeat first down.
Yeah, good call.
One of the few negative plays on offense tonight for New Lexington.
Well, a lot of times drives are stalled because of your mistakes, not necessarily the defense. Whether it be penalties, turnovers, or whatever, mental mistakes. You've got to make sure that you play cleanly for your team to execute.
Ratliff will send a man in motion here on 1st and 15. He'll drop back under pressure. He takes a big shot. He's got Toth wide open, and he dropped it.
Wow. That's a good ball.
A lot going on in that play as Ratliff took a shot at the end of it, letting it go.
Yeah,
but Toth, more often than not, you expect him to catch that and coast for a score.
I mean, he's just 415 yards away from being the all-time yards leading receiver in the league, in the history of the league, Josh. Wow.
Braden Scholl was the man who put the pressure on Ratliff and gave him a shot after he let it go.
He stood right in there and delivered the ball, though.
Talk about that poise.
Yes.
2nd and 15, a screen. And this is Rose with room to run. Breaks it, 40, down the sideline. Can he be caught?
Wow.
He will not. Touchdown, New Lexington.
Coach Board said he's the best pound-for-pound player he has.
Around 175 pounds, that's pretty good.
Yeah, it is pretty good right there. He showed some skill right there.
Hunter Rose with the screen pass and takes it in for the score. It didn't look like much when it started.
No, but he made it look a lot better. See the replay here, just a little middle screen. Gave him some room, and watch him switch the ball over here, Josh. See him? Get it to his outside arm, and he just turned on the jets.
And the kick is no good. They didn't have much chance of getting over, but a big score for New Lexington with 2:09 before the half as they go back to a 2-score lead.
Well, bigger, but just an excellent play by the Panthers. Just a wonderful job. Again, they had just gone deep over the middle. You got a you have the for the Falcons. Then giving Rose all that room to run. Amazing play call, amazing execution. Great job by the Panthers.
Indeed it was.
Yeah, it takes a lot of execution skill, talent to run screens, and you know, that's a middle screen with your running back. That's really nicely set up and executed.
I'll remind you that coming up in 2 minutes and 9 seconds, we'll have the halftime band show, which is brought to you, as always, by the Frankie Smith Funeral Home, Crematory and Monuments. Family owned and operated since 1889. Check them out at funeralhome.com. Frankie Smith Funeral Home, respect for tradition, regard for change. And by Fairfield Federal. When it comes to our customers and our community, we go above and beyond to help. Personal or business banking, whatever you need. We take it seriously because we know you do too. The difference is clear. Fairfield Federal Savings and Loan specializes in banking that revolves around you. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Well, you know, one of those things that I know Marion brought up in the beginning and we talked about, and you know, the Falcons, they could not defensively give up big plays, and that certainly was a big play for the Panthers.
DeMalt with the pop-up kick, and it'll be fair caught by Starner, so minute 2:07, decent starting field position, but as we touched on, not a quick strike offense.
No, unless the defense, you know, just misses tackles or makes mistakes, but for the most part, if you buckle down and play hard here, you may even get the ball back.
Yeah. Both teams with full complement of timeouts. The Falcons will start at their own 39. Collins back in the game at quarterback. They'll send rolls in motion. And Collins almost broke it there, but he was tripped up by Ryan Hobbs.
Yeah, I'm not sure that the Panthers covered that motion for the pitch. I don't even think they respected that play.
It might be something the Falcons look at halftime.
Yeah, you know, you might have an eye up here in the sky saying, listen, they're not even respecting the pitch man out here. Because you can, you know, here it goes the other way now.
That's rolls. This one thrown over the middle. Intercepted. Picked off by Wollenberg. And it'll be dropped at midfield.
And like I said, maybe they'll get the ball back, and they did.
Still a minute 26 to go and 3 timeouts. So opportunity for more points for the Panthers.
Yeah, he just played center field and made a nice play.
On the rook guys for the Falcons, they didn't have anyone in the boundary to hold that backside corner there. So, if you've got the corner that can just cheat right over, as long as he doesn't have any threat coming into his zone, he cheated right over to that post and was right there able to make the interception and get the ball back for the Panthers.
So now, we'll see what the Panthers do. A gift for them with a minute 26 to go.
Well, I don't think it's going to be conservative.
No, I don't think so. Ratliff going to go deep. That ball is nearly intercepted.
Yeah, great coverage back there.
Pritchard there in coverage did a great job of breaking that one up.
Second down 10 for the Panthers.
You were right on the head there by saying that they were going to be aggressive.
Hey, it's what I saw last week, and I know it's a scrimmage and it's not the same, but Coach Board holds back nothing.
As you say, sometimes that's hard to hide.
Yeah.
Ratliff finds Toth at the 40.
Okay. That's a nice throw. Catch and throw for 7 yards.
Clock will roll with a minute 10 to go.
Brought up by Jacob Markwood.
Markwood on the stop for Fairfield Union. On third down, Ratliff under pressure. Throws back across his body and got away with it. Toth pulls it down at the 25 with a flag in there as well.
Ratliff's pass complete to Toth.
Ineligible.
And you are correct.
Yeah, well, I think he made the move they thought he was going to run, and that's in the defensive lineman, that's tough.
He got away with a Cardinal send there, too, throwing late over the middle.
Illegal man downfield, number 67.
Ineligible man downfield.
Repeat third down.
I'd say he was lucky.
Penalty.
More often than not, that's going back the other way.
You are correct.
38 for the Panthers.
Yeah, guys, that was one of those no, yes plays by Ratliff. Showed incredible arm strength there to laser it in there, but you're right, Josh. Usually not something that you want to do or see from your quarterback.
You wouldn't give your coach gray hair, Moran, do that more often.
Oh, yeah.
And now New Lexington will burn their first timeout of the night, which gives us a chance to thank our timeout sponsor, Tim.
Tonight's timeouts are being brought to you by the Carriage Company, located at 1031 North Memorial Drive in Lancaster. Learn more at carriagecompany.com.
So great being back at it here for the opening of the 2022 high school football season. I was excited when I got up this morning and realized there's football tonight.
Yeah, I know I've looked forward to it all week, and I'd like to say thanks to both coaches for taking time to speak with us this week and share with you and online on email, and it just makes our broadcast even that much better.
Absolutely.
And they lend to it because they're really what it's about here tonight, these two teams.
And they give us great insight about the kids that we just can't get any other way.
Exactly. It's not out there.
3rd and 8 for New Lexington out of the timeout. Falcons trying to hold with 37 seconds to go in the half. Ratliff being flushed. And he will find a receiver, and quickly stepping out of bounds is Ryan Hobbs, and he will have a first down.
See, that's the poise that I saw right there. He's very poised, Josh, and he's got his head and his eyes down the field. In any sport, if you have your head up and can look down the field, just watch him here. He rolls calmly. He's looking. Oh, there he is. First down.
That's just stuff, and you realize that's stuff that he wasn't doing last year because he was playing wide receiver.
Exactly. No. Very, very good. Very, very well coached and a very talented player.
It looks like he's a 3-year starter out there. First down. Ratliff being chased. Throws the sideline. Has a man. Catch is made and quickly out of bounds.
Smart. They know how to find the open spot when he's in a scramble mode also.
There's Isaac Dick there on the reception.
Yeah, very good job.
First down, Panthers.
Clock stop at 20 seconds. Still 2 timeouts remaining for the Panthers.
And that's hard to defend at any level, let alone here at the high school level.
Ratliff looking left. All kinds of time. Still all kinds of time. Finds a man and diving to the pylon and out of bounds inside the 5-yard line was Ryan Hobbs on the reception.
And you know the thing he's doing, he's really spreading it around. Makes no difference to him who catches it.
That's very dangerous for a defense.
It sure is.
Panthers from 2.
Timeout taken by Fairfield Union with 10 seconds to go. Their first timeout tonight, again sponsored by the Carriage Company.
Falcons.
Yeah, this gets a little tricky here. Even though you have a timeout, you got to make sure you want to get it. 2 plays here. You got 3 yards to get a touchdown. You don't really have a kicker. Haven't shown the ability to probably kick a field goal. You got to make sure you get 2 downs here. So you got to be on on the top of your game here mentally.
Well, you're looking, 2 plays max here?
Yes. There's no way. Unless you just throw, a quick fade or a quick slant. It's got to be something, it can't be deep drops. He's probably going to be in the pistol or the shotgun here, depending on, what they call or what they want here. But the advantage Ratliff has, he's 6'4", Josh. You can see over the players, and he can find the players down the field.
This might be one time as they don't have really a decision to make. They're going for it either way.
It's going to be Ratliff on the keeper, and he will take it in for the score.
Boy, that's a big score, the half. That just kind of makes the air go out of the balloon for the Falcons.
Yeah, that's one of those back-breaking ones you hate giving up right before halftime.
Good call offensively, though.
Mm-hmm.
If it gets stopped, you don't say that, but it was just a good read. They have them spread out.
Only took 3 seconds, so if he doesn't get in, you quickly burn your time out and you have one more crack at it.
Exactly.
Panthers will go for 2.
Yeah, you might as well practice going for 2.
Kicking game's been a struggle, so you might as well work on the 2-point plays. Ratliff, all kinds of time. Buying some time, fires, and it is incomplete.
Oh, he had him.
Almost hauled in there by Ryan Hobbs, but he could not come up with it.
Incomplete.
So it remains 27-7 as we get another look at the score.
Yeah, you can see here, he just waltzed in. Good job by the new Lex line. They've just kind of got the Falcons on their heels.
They're really spreading them out and forcing the Falcons to play in space.
Yeah, Coach Krupler spoke about it. He was very concerned about their athletes, especially he felt it's the best quarterback-receivers combinations that he's seen in a long time. And he's right. We've seen it ourselves tonight. Ratliff's very good. He's distributing the ball to different players. They know where to be. They're catching the ball. We've really only seen a drop. Just very impressive offensive, game plan by the Panthers.
Yeah, absolutely. Coach Kevin Board and his staff has done a great job of game planning for this one. It's kind of hard to believe this is a team coming off a 3-7 year.
Hey, like I told you, first of all, you play a tough schedule. You play up a good bit because you're going to play Sheridan, you're going to play John Glenn, and you're going to play Tri-Valley. Those are 3 strong playoff contenders year after year. So there's 3 games they're just going to be tough. And then, they didn't get some things done in the other games, and next thing you know, you're on the losing end.
We'll take a look at both schedules coming up here in the second half. Slipping and maybe had something there for a second was Rolls on the return. Or rather, that was number 8 on the return. That is Thomas Poling. And we'll see what the Falcons elect to do with only 5 seconds to go.
Students were yelling for a Hail Mary.
I heard that.
5 seconds left in the first half.
Well, you could try it, I suppose, but
33-yard
not their normal offense.
I'm not sure at the end of the half here that's going to be the formula.
I'd imagine it's probably going to be a Collins run. And he will take it straight ahead. And that will take us to halftime.
Into the first half.
With the score, New Lexington 27, Fairfield Union 7. We'll take a timeout and we'll be back with the halftime band show brought to you by Frank D. Smith Funeral Home and Fairfield Federal. You're watching the IVP Sports Buffalo Wild Wings Game of the Week.
IVP Sports presents the Buffalo Wild Wings High School Football Game of the Week. Brought to you by Buckeye Toyota, Bay Food Market, Fairfield County Adam H., the Savings Bank, Sheridan Funeral Home, Fairfield Federal, Fairfield DD, the Frankie Smith Funeral Home, the Edwards Insurance Agency, Dagger Law, The Carriage Company, Personal Touch Party Rentals, North Body Shop, Foltz Ag, Fairfield Medical Center, and Buckeye Lake Marina.
Hi, I'm Carol Whittington, and I would like to invite you to stop by Personal Touch Party Rentals and Events, located at 1540 Hubbard Drive in Lancaster. We are a small family-owned business and have been servicing the Central Ohio and Hocking Hills area since 2003. Graduations with a personal touch, weddings with a personal touch, corporate events with a personal touch. Please call us today for all your party rental needs, 740-689-6991.
You walked down the aisle and promised happily ever after. Sometimes happily ever after means ending a relationship. We know the conversations are not easy. Deciding what's best for you, your children, and your next steps takes work and communication. At Dagger Law, we know there are no monsters in a divorce, only people trying to find their way. Local, trusted, experienced. Dagger Law.
Hi, my name's Josh Lazier with the Lancaster Fire Department, here to talk to you about Narcan. Narcan is the light in the darkness of the opioid epidemic. It's a medication designed to rapidly reverse opioid overdoses. It can very quickly restore normal respirations to a person whose breathing has slowed or stopped as a result of overdosing with heroin or prescription opioid pain medications. It can be carried by police, EMTs, firefighters, even family members. While Narcan stops the effects of an overdose, it does not stop addiction and is not a cure. If there are opioids in your home, Narcan should be there too. Narcan is considered to be a very safe drug and can save lives. And in Ohio, it's available without a prescription. Your life matters, and we're here to help because you matter.
This message is brought to you by the Fairfield County Adam H. Board.
Hi, I'm Julia Hilty with AHA here in Lancaster. AHA is a children's museum that surrounds the children and adults in their lives with a hands-on, interactive, playful, and educational environment featuring over 60 exhibits. A special thanks to Buckeye Toyota for choosing us once again as the recipient of the Buckeye Cares program. That means Buckeye Toyota will make a donation to AHA with every vehicle sold this month. Thank you, Buckeye Toyota, for helping us help our kids here at AHA.
The Frankie Smith Funeral Home and Crematory in Lancaster and the Johnson Smith Funeral Home in Baltimore have a long and wonderful history of serving our community. Feel free to give us a call at 740-653-0652. Stop in and see us at either of our two locations, 405 North Columbus Street in Lancaster and 207 South Main Street in Baltimore. Respect for tradition, regard for change.
I want a doctor who listens to me.
From primary care to specialty medicine, we put your needs first by treating you like a person, not a number. Our primary care team will help you identify your healthcare needs and set goals for success. regardless of where you are in your wellness journey. We care for patients of all ages, with offices that are close to you. Whatever you're searching for, you can find it at Fairfield Medical Center.
How much can you afford to spend on a home? That's a good question. I'm Desi DeJohn, Assistant Vice President and Mortgage Loan Officer at the Savings Bank in Lancaster. It's important to know how much you can afford before you contact a real estate agent. Factors such as income, credit score, debt, and down payment can help determine how much a bank can lend you to buy a home. Getting pre-qualified is the best way to find out how much you can afford to spend on a home. You can apply to pre-qualify online anytime at thesavingsbankohio.bank.
Swing into the Carriage Company and check out our sweet deals.
If you're looking for the best selection of clean, quality used vehicles, look no further than the Carriage Company. You'll feel secure with your purchase, knowing all vehicles undergo an extensive safety and service check prior to the sale. And all vehicles can be viewed online at carriagecompany.com. The Carriage Company, located at 1031 North Memorial Drive in Lancaster.
Sweet!
IVP Sports presents the Buffalo Wild Wings High School Football Game of the Week. Brought to you by Buckeye Toyota, Bay Food Market, Fairfield County Adam H., the Savings Bank, Sheridan Funeral Home, Fairfield Federal, Fairfield DD, the Frankie Smith Funeral Home, the Edwards Insurance Agency, Dagger Law, The Carriage Company, Personal Touch Party Rentals, North Body Shop, Fairfield Medical Center, and Buckeye Lake Marina. This has been an IVP Sports production.
toes tapping, and your heart pumping. It's Staying Alive. Here's a song that reminds us to hold on to the important things in life like love and togetherness. Up next is I'll Be There by the Jackson 5, featuring Rosemary Biter and Elena Smith. Falcons, and you will be too after this song. It's Hooked on a Feeling by Blue Suede.
Hi, my name's Josh Lazier with the Lancaster Fire Department, here to talk to you about Narcan. Narcan is the light in the darkness of the opioid epidemic. It's a medication designed to rapidly reverse opioid overdoses. It can very quickly restore normal respirations to a person whose breathing has slowed or stopped as a result of overdosing with heroin or prescription opioid pain medications. It can be carried by police, EMTs, firefighters, even family members. While Narcan stops the effects of an overdose, it does not stop addiction and is not a cure. If there are opioids in your home, Narcan should be there too. Narcan is considered to be a very safe drug and can save lives. And in Ohio, it's available without a prescription. Your life matters, and we're here to help because you matter.
This message is brought to you by the Fairfield County Adam H. Board.
Hi, I'm Julia Hilty with AHA here in Lancaster. AHA is a children's museum that surrounds the children and adults in their lives with a hands-on, interactive, playful, and educational environment, featuring over 60 exhibits. A special thanks to Buckeye Toyota for choosing us once again as the recipient of the Buckeye Cares program. That means Buckeye Toyota will make a donation to AHA with every vehicle sold this month. Thank you, Buckeye Toyota, for helping us help our kids here at AHA.
The Frankie Smith Funeral Home and Crematory in Lancaster and the Johnson Smith Funeral Home in Baltimore have a long and wonderful history of serving our community. Feel free to give us a call at 740-653-0652. Stop in and see us at either of our two locations, 405 North Columbus Street in Lancaster and 207 South Main Street in Baltimore. Respect for tradition, regard for change.
I want a doctor who listens to me.
From primary care to specialty medicine, we put your needs first by treating you like a person, not a number. Our primary care team will help you identify your healthcare needs and set goals for success, regardless of where you are in your wellness journey. We care for patients of all ages, with offices that are close to you. Whatever you're searching for, you can find it at Fairfield Medical Center.
How much can you afford to spend on a home? That's a good question. I'm Desi DeJohn, Assistant Vice President and Mortgage Loan Officer at the Savings Bank in Lancaster. It's important to know how much you can afford before you contact a real estate agent. Factors such as income, credit score, debt, and down payment can help determine how much a bank can lend you to buy a home. Getting pre-qualified is the best way to find out how much you can afford to spend on a home. You can apply to pre-qualify online anytime at thesavingsbankohio.bank.
Three more.
I think we probably will. Welcome back to Fairfield Union Stadium, the IVP Sports Buffalo Wild Wings Game of the Week. As we get ready to start the second half, Josh Messerly alongside Tim Shoemaker and Marion Royster, 27-7 New Lexington with the halftime lead over Fairfield Union. And boy, really, we talked about it, Tim, a really big score for for New Lexington right at the end of the first half that really changed the complexion of this game.
Yeah, I'm sure the Falcons staff kind of like wondering maybe we should have just played that down and from there maybe just went in down a couple of scores. You know what? You're trying to find some things early in the season out about your team too, Josh. So I would never be critical of that or thinking that. But I'm sure, hindsight's always perfect as it is in coaching and life in general. So. But, what you got to look forward to now, I mean, if you're looking at the Fairfield Union side, you got to say, we got to come out. We're going to get the football. and we got to establish ourselves right away to make progress. The New Lex defense did a really good job in the second quarter of getting stops, and they've got to prove that what they're going to do offensively, they've got to be effective.
Marion, how about your thoughts in the first half?
Yeah, just like you guys said, just came down to incredible execution, play calling by the Panthers. Just back Lucas Rupp for Fairfield Union, able to hear some of the coaches talking to Hayden Collins and some of the other senior leaders on this team, telling them they cannot get down, they cannot get discouraged. The rest of the team is going to follow them as leaders. So it's important for them to keep their head in the game, keep their heads up, keep fighting. We know this Fairfield Union team will do that. They will continue to fight and try to get back in this game.
Certainly it helps for Fairfield Union to get the football to start the second half, but certainly critical drive to start the second half for Fairfield Union to try and get back in this one.
Yeah, I think at some point you don't give up on winning the game, Josh, but in coaching, a lot of times you got to just look at the tiny little battles. You got to look to win this battle this time with your offense and go from there and let the scoreboard take care of itself. If you do your job and you do it the right way to your full effort, the scoreboard usually takes care of itself.
Not to mention, too, you get to a situation where coaches are watching the film to see who is still battling out there.
Believe me.
And you've been there, I'm sure.
Many years of a different sport, obviously, but you are constantly in evaluation of effort. And the players have to understand that. And you know, the one thing, you know, the old saying is the film does not lie either.
Beautiful night here at Fairfield Union Stadium as you see the stadium lights and the setting sun in the distance, and could not ask for better weather to start week number 1 of the high school football season.
It's tremendous. I'm so glad we're back at it. We have way too much fun for this, huh?
Absolutely. We'll be at Fulton Field next week. We'll get a chance to see Lancaster in their home debut, and going to be an interesting year around the county. A lot of turnover, as we talked about, and just be interesting to see some teams breaking in some new players and new situations, and we'll see how things play out as the year progresses.
Yeah, it is going to be interesting, and as you know, you and I were talking earlier, the Gales have their hands full early this season. You know, they play a New Albany team, they play Marysville next week. Both those teams were 10-2, I think, on the season, had great years, so the Gales will have to really show themselves.
And Falcons will have some pretty decent starting field position. Both teams can say that they have had a good starting field position for the most part tonight.
Yeah, no deep kicks, nothing, no penalties on the receiving team. Set them up for good short drives.
We'll start this one out near the 40-yard line as we get underway here in the second half. You see the huddle breaking for Fairfield Union. Certainly Hayden Collins put in his work tonight, and we have a half to go. Get a good look at the senior quarterback. Low snap on first down. He'll go straight ahead and pick up about 5.
And good hard run right there.
Picks up where he left off.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to see any tricks from the Falcons side right now. I think you're going to see that they're going to make the commitment to the things they do best and what they want to do.
See Brennan Rolls check into the game, replacing Kevin Hazelwood. Collins again, and jumping on his back was big number 59, McKay Thresher, 6'4", 205-pound sophomore.
Yes, sir. Looked like steer wrestling right there, wasn't it? Had him in takedown.
It's like something at the county fair, which I think already passed in Perry County and it's coming up, of course, here in Fairfield County.
The last fair of the year, middle of October.
We'll take this weather for that, too.
Oh, my.
Of course, most of the time you see about every form of weather during that week. Third down for the Falcons. Hazelwood will go in motion, and it's going to be a counter to Ruff, and he had nowhere to go. We'll give him a yard forward progress.
Yeah, really good job by the New Lex defender standing up and blocking, allowing nothing.
they've been very well schooled tonight on both sides of the ball.
They have, and I know after speaking with the staff and some of the people having the privilege to do that, they just really felt that was an area where they've got to improve in the line play. They've just got to be better and more consistent. They have some skilled players, as we've seen.
Right.
But as you know and I know, we've been around long enough, the games are won up front.
Absolutely. Falcons are going to go for it on 4th and 4 on their own side of midfield.
Hey, why not? I mean,
got nothing to lose.
Absolutely.
Motion
and
up
just
front.
Got it.
Yep, that's going to be a first down.
Penalty marker.
Yeah, that's just a discipline that
Dead
you
ball,
have to have.
Coachman on the defense. That's 5 yards. Results in a first down.
Yeah, boy, as a coach on the defensive side, you just hate that. You just want to have enough discipline there to make them make a play.
Well, it wouldn't be week 1 without penalties like that, right?
No, I guess not. He's not going to feel real good about it when that's discussed in the film room.
No, it will not be pleasant tomorrow morning.
No.
There's Collins cutting back into a scrum, and he picks up 5 yards.
Hayden Powell's on carry.
Got to have strong legs to push a pile like that.
The New Lex defenders have been very aggressive, and his offensive line and him, that's a lot of bodies at a young age, really moving a short distance.
Second down and 6 for the Falcons.
Give him 4 on that carry. Collins one more time. And he'll get a minimal gain there.
Well, I think what the Panthers have done really good, is they've really stacked the line, but their second line of defenders have come up. The blockers, their defensive line are taking on the blockers.
Right.
And their second line defenders have been really aggressive and good. Their linebackers and their outside perimeter people have been very good at coming up and making tackles.
And Marion, I'm sure you've noticed this, that it looks like, 7 yards max is how deep the secondary is for New Lexington.
Yeah, absolutely. They've continued to cheat closer and closer to the line of scrimmage as the game's gone on. But Chu was hitting the nail on the head. I tell you, they were not New Lex a good tackling team last year, and you can tell they've improved on that this season immensely.
Collins not going to pick up the first down on 3rd down. He'll get a little bit closer, maybe about 2. And a late flag comes in from the back judge. Maybe we'll see that here in the replay.
I didn't see anything, Josh, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I didn't either. It came from the back judge, way away from everything and very late.
Could have been vocal.
Dead ball, unsportsmanlike conduct, number 3 on the offense.
Wow.
Dead ball.
That'll be 4th down.
Unsportsmanlike penalty against
the Falcons.
That's going to go against Hazelwood, and now the Falcons, who had any thought of maybe going for it, will have to punt it.
Yeah, he probably said the wrong thing.
And certainly frustrations build up, but you have to keep your cool in these situations. It's one thing Coach Krupla told you, Tim, this week, that they're just trying to do everything together as a family and stay positive.
They are. And, he talked about he's been very proud of their conduct in some situations in the scrimmages where it would have been easier to retaliate.
Ruff will punt this one, just got it off. And it'll take a Fairfield Union roll down the sidelines. Wish my wedge shot would look like that.
Yeah, if you're like most of us, it ends up over here where the track is.
Yes. Sculled it over the green, that's for sure. So the Panthers will take over with 7:10 on the 3rd quarter clock, up 27-7 in this season opener. They've won the last 3 in the series with Fairfield Union, going back to 2018, 19, and then skipping 2020. And a win last year, 13-6 over at Jim Rockwell Stadium.
Well, it's a game the two teams should play.
Absolutely.
It's a very short drive.
One of the shorter ones I think New Lexington has all season. Hand off on first down and a flag flying in there as well.
Holding against the Panthers.
Don't have the official stats, but I would think the penalties probably piling up more so on the Fairfield Union side than New Lexington. Well, they're probably not that far apart.
No, probably not. There's good leadership right there.
Yeah, the offensive lineman was trying to plead his case with the officials, but that never goes well.
He's not going to change the call.
I've never seen it.
Not to a player, for sure. I guarantee that.
It never happens. The official does that.
No, you just got to play the game. Good, bad, or indifferent, just play the game.
Tony D'Amato with the call.
Holding on the offense. 10 yards to spot.
So that will back it up. Inside the 20-yard line. Actually, just outside the 20-yard line. On the spot foul there.
Senior penalty from the spot of the foul. First down is 16 for the Panthers.
The first and 16 after the penalty. Ratliff on the bubble screen finds Toth, who's been quiet tonight, but he'll have a near a first down. He ran over a defender.
Pass complete to Toth.
That was Pritchard who took the brunt of it.
Yeah, he delivered the blow.
Brought out by Jaden Pritchard.
Toth will pick up the first downs. We get another look with their dagger replay.
That's how they started the game, right here.
10 from the 40-yard line.
Good job by the receiver blocking out here. He pulled his hands back and showed the official he was not holding.
Look, Ma, no holding.
Yeah.
First and 10 from the 40. Ratliff on the option, going to keep it. Gets to the sidelines, leaps up in the air and picks up a first down.
Ratliff, the ball carrier.
I mean, he doesn't look like he's going fast, but he has good strides. He's 6'4", and what do you get? 9 yards?
Yeah, near a first down at least.
Yeah.
He glides, kind of like how if you remember Terrell Pryor for Ohio State, when he would run, he kind of glided like that.
You know, you'd watch him and you'd wonder how he's breaking away.
Right.
But it's just a whole different thing. They got a first down.
Yeah, they are going to move the chains. Take a look after this play at the New Lexington season schedule. We talked about they kind of travel here, there, and everywhere in the Muskingum Valley League. Handoff, Rose spins out of a tackle, breaks another one. He's going to have a first down, delivers some punishment, and goes out of bounds inside the 30. How about that?
Pretty impressive.
Hunter Rose running with some anger.
You knew we talked in the first half about he being their best pound-for-pound player.
That carry's good for another.
This is probably the time where he starts making defenses pay, wearing them down a little bit.
They have a first and 10 from the Falcons, 29-yard line.
Mentioned Hunter Rose over 1,100 yards. This one thrown deep for Toth through the end zone, and that is caught for a touchdown.
Great catch.
Tatum Toth with the reception for the score. How about that?
Nice throw, too. I tell you, Ratliff throws a nice ball.
He was on the money with that.
He was.
And really, for the most part tonight, only one mistake that we saw, and he didn't cost him anything. He threw late over the middle that could have been intercepted.
Well, Coach Grubler told me one of his major concerns were the talent of their receivers on the perimeter, and his concerns have come true.
Yeah.
Unfortunately for him.
Kick is up, and this time the kick is good. So with 5:46 to go in the third quarter, the score is 34-7.
Watch Toth go up here. Nice job by the receiver. Really nice job. That's why he's going to be one of the, if not already, one of the top receivers in the history of the league.
Marion, that was a pretty good catch down there, and you know something about being a wide receiver.
Well, a little something about being a wide receiver, not so much making catches in the end zone like that, because the team that I played for in college didn't throw the ball like Lexington throwing it tonight. But, again, not only just an impressive catch by Toth, a very impressive throw by Ratliff, and I continue to be impressed with his arm strength tonight. He was, you guys didn't see in the backfield, he was throwing that off his back foot, had taken a couple looks at different receivers and then knew that he had Toth on the streak, so just let it go off his back foot. Had plenty of arm strength, gave Toth an ability to go up and high point the ball, and then you have a touchdown.
Yeah, that was beautiful tonight we've seen from Ratliff, and as Tim, you mentioned earlier, he's not afraid to spread it around.
No, he's actually encouraged strongly by Coach Board. He talked to me about that's part of his job, is to make sure that people get touches.
Up back will take this one across the 40 to the 45. That's where Fairfield Union will start their next drive. Let's take a look now at the new Lexington schedule.
To the Panthers 45.
I mentioned their travels are all over the Muskingum Valley. There we go.
Yeah, well, they host the Maysville Panthers next week. Then you have John Glenn, which is generally very good, been very good. I know John Glenn's going to be playing Bloom Carroll, I think, in week 2. So,
next week, yep.
Yeah, it'd be interesting. And then the West Muskam, and of course you got Tri-Valley on there, and Sheridan. The end of the year is always a big rival game.
How big a rivalry is that in Perry County?
It's quite huge.
First down, and that pass is incomplete. Falcons going to the air, as that was intended for number 22. That's Jonas Starner. If we can, we'll take a look at the Fairfield Union schedule as well, as they've got a bit of a challenging schedule. Of course, we know the Mid-State League Buckeye.
Well, we saw them here last year beat Lakewood, and Lakewood's had trouble, getting their program going and things, so they've got a good shot there. They play Crooksville next week. Crooksville is opening a brand new stadium.
I saw that.
In McClerney. Did you see that? That's awesome and incredible for that community. That needed to happen a long time ago, but it's happened finally now. And then, of course, the Mid-State League in itself, the Buckeye Division's tough.
It's going to be a really interesting year.
Yeah, you see here, Hamilton's very athletic. Taze Valley is moving into the OCC along with Logan in 2 years.
Which should have happened a long time ago.
Exactly. They're big enough out there now. And, of course, Bloom Carroll was, state semifinalists last 2 years. Liberty Union's always a tough game. And, of course, you close the season with the Maine of Clear Creek, who's very, very sound playoff team. Another big thing about this is the same region game. New Lex has moved up a region. This is D4 Region 15.
Right.
Last year they were Division 5.
And nothing doing there on 3rd and long.
Zane Pletcher had a hold of him there.
Brought that by Zane Pletcher.
He was not going to let him go.
Like I said, it's been a little bit of like steer riding here. Just grab a hold and see if I can get him down. And the Lexington line has done a nice job.
Bring up 4th down, and the Falcons will be forced to punt. There's a good punt. They'll check up and take a nice Falcon roll. And roll dead inside the 15-yard line. Well, we have a moment. I want to thank another one of our great sponsors tonight, Bay Food Market, a new sponsor. Their Fairfield County source for high-quality, locally sourced meats. The Bay Food Market meat case is always full of quality fresh beef, pork, gourmet burgers, and gourmet brats for you and your family to enjoy. Bay Food Market cures and smokes their own hams, bacon, and sausage. Visit them at the corner of Maple and Walnut Streets in Lancaster. Open daily, 8 a.m. to 6 p.m., closed Thursday and Sunday.
And Josh, I can vouch for that. They have the best brats, the best ground chuck. They have the best meat that you can buy in the area.
Yeah, I had a steak recently from there, and I could go for one right about now, to be honest with you. And I've heard pork rinds are good there. Someone told me, so.
Yeah. Got him going in the truck now.
That's right.
Pass to Toth is complete.
Toth picks up some more yards on the reception.
But you know, the nice thing is in the first half, you know, Lucas Ratliff, he threw to what they, you know, was open. And you mentioned, you know, well, Toth didn't get the ball much. Well, they were, you know, shading two people toward him, and he's just taking what they give him.
Right.
And in the second half here, he doesn't have that. So guess what? He's getting him the ball.
Well, they're giving all kinds of space.
And they're going to play how they play, too. You know what I mean?
Screen pass. And that's another big gainer for Braglin. He goes out of bounds across the 30 to the 35. And Jarek Braglin has had himself a good night.
He sure has.
Spot is the 34-yard line.
You wonder if that was something that he knew in the game plan this week would be in the cards for him, or just kind of developed that way.
Well, I think they're so well coached that they just take what's given. You know, what's open, and, you know, he's been available, and he's made the catches.
Absolutely. Ratliff will send a man in motion. And now he'll hand it off. And losing his footing was Hunter Rose. They've been assist from the Turf Monster.
Yeah.
We'll say a loss of one on that one.
Kyle Wolf.
Checking out some scores around the area at the half. Not good for Lancaster as they're trailing 40-0 to Pickerington North.
Oh, my.
And it doesn't get any easier for the Gales from there on. We'll have them with Marysville next week. They've got Olentangy after that with head coach Wade Bartholomew. There's a screen pass. Braglin's going to have another first down out near midfield. And then New Albany after that for Lancaster.
That is a gauntlet.
That is. And that's not even counting league play.
First and 10.
And Fisher Catholic down to Tuscarora Central Catholic, 49-14 at halftime. Rose bouncing off of one man, refusing to go down. Oh, boy. And late, and now pushing and shoving. That's what you don't want in this situation.
Yeah. Good teammate right there. Get him out of there. Yeah, I thought that was pretty close to a late hit.
Yeah, it was. I don't know if it was intentional, though. It looked like somebody lost their footing, and that's kind of what set off that chain reaction.
Yeah.
Officials getting together to discuss this one.
Yeah, I like taking him out of the game here, too, and let him cool off for a moment.
Another score for you. Bloom Carroll trailing Harvest Prep in the third quarter, 20-7.
I'm not terribly surprised, to be honest with you. Harvest Prep brings it every year.
Well, and that's a question for Bloom Carroll. I mean, you know the defense is going to be good, you know, with defensive coordinator taking over as head coach, but they lost a lot on offense.
They sure did.
And your play caller to boot.
Dead ball, personal foul on the offense. The down counts. We will have second down.
Dead ball.
Wow.
Personal foul against
So after all of that, a personal foul against New Lexington. One of the few times tonight they have come unglued a little bit.
Just can't respond. You know, you watch it here. Watch, I thought it was kind of a late hit maybe right here. He's on the ground. Yeah, Josh, that's too late.
Yep. That could have been.
But right there's what he got for hitting him in the back.
Always the second guy.
Yeah, you just can't retaliate.
Clock ticking down. Near 2 minutes to go. First and 20 after the penalty. Ratliff has had all kinds of time tonight. Running out of time, running for the sideline, and he's forced out of bounds.
Ratliff pushed out of bounds by Ferd Mark.
Being chased by Mark Wood out there on the sideline. So got some help. Looks like Wolf maybe out there as well. And now whistles and flags will stop this one.
Lined up offside.
On the defense, still third down.
We've lost the rhythm here.
What would coaches do without penalties to yell about in week 1, right?
I have no idea, but you just lose rhythm when all this gets going this way.
Absolutely.
Wow.
Shout out from Cincinnati, I hear.
Yeah, ex-player watching us.
Jeremy Ryder watching tonight. Thank you for watching.
Yeah.
Braglin on the bubble screen. Gets back to the midfield stripe. A late flag goes in there. We'll check that. Thanks to all the folks watching tonight on Facebook, on the Interface Video Productions Facebook, or perhaps on Twitter, Interface Video as well. And CLN, your hometown connection on YouTube. If you're watching on that, make sure to hit subscribe, and you'll see every time we stream a game. And then you can go back and watch them as many times as you'd like.
Yeah, somebody told me at halftime that Kevin and Judy Cannon in Southtail, Ohio got us on.
Wow.
Couldn't be here tonight.
So blocking the back on the offense, number 33. That's 10 yards from the spot of the foul. Still second down.
Panthers marching in the wrong direction on this drive.
10-yard
couple of penalties.
Yeah, it looks like a zigzag. They're going up, and then they're coming back.
The old 2 steps forward, 1 step back.
It's not how you're successful.
No.
And we're looking at about 2nd and 18.
Long way to go, but that seems to have not been an issue tonight at times for New Lex. Ratliff looking over the defense.
Well, he's got the middle of the field wide open.
And he finds Braglin wide open, and he will go down at the 15-yard line. Jarek Braglin, a 6'1", 175-pound junior, has had himself a ball game.
I wondered if Lucas was going to see him. We could see from here.
He also had Toth on the near side jumping up and down trying to get his attention.
Hey, when you got a quarterback like that, that's what you do. You go out there and jump up and down. Watch here. He's got all kinds of time. Credit their line.
They see Toth.
And, you know, Marion talked about his arm strength. He threw that thing just doing a little skirt to the right, you know, and let it fly.
And whistles and flags will stop this one, and it's going to be a false start.
Dead ball, Leo motion, offense, 5 yards, still first down.
But that's just stuff that, you know, they're going to have to work and clean up because it doesn't get easier the next week.
No.
And guys, real quick on that previous play, you could see Ratliff, the way he was able to scramble and find the receivers. I think that's one thing that you can point to, him being a receiver previously, the previous 3 years of his career, how he's able to understand how receivers are going to go on those scramble routes, know exactly where there's going to be. He talked about that in the offseason, how he thinks playing the receiver position for so long gave him an advantage in those kind of situations.
That's a great point. This one dumped out in the flat. Laundry on the field and a short gain.
Atlas pass complete to Rose, penalty marker on the field.
Oh, man.
And it's coming back. I'm sure they'll spend a lot of time on this drive alone tomorrow for Liberty Union or New Lexington when they look at the film.
Holding on the offense, 10 yards from the spot of the foul. Repeat first down.
They've had a lot of positive things happen, but they've also here in this drive alone have kind of lost their concentration. And, you know, those are detailed things that in your tight games or games that are more challenging, you cannot make those kind of mistakes.
First and a long way. They have 25 on the scoreboard. Sounds good enough to me.
Hey.
It could be the last play of the quarter, and it will be. Ratliff under pressure. And he'll throw that away, and what do we know? Another flag down.
Wow.
As he throws it away. Let's see about that on the last play of the third quarter. And it's a hold against New Lex. So after 3, our score, New Lexington 34 and Fairfield Union 7. And they're going to have to play an untimed down, it looks like, as they're whistling both teams back onto the field.
Yeah, I don't think the period can end on a penalty, can it?
I do not believe. Yeah, I think you're right.
holding on the offense. That's 10 yards from the spot of the foul. Still first down. We will have one untimed down.
All right, there's your explanation.
There you go.
And a great one at that.
It's 1st and 38. They got 36, but I count from the 44 to the 6.
I'll trust your math, not mine.
Yeah.
Here's a replay.
Yeah.
You know, guys, at least it was good for New Lex that they waited until they had a 20-plus point lead to start having all these penalties, huh?
That's right.
It might be a completely different game had they had all these penalties in the first half.
They wouldn't have put up as many points, that's for sure. Ratliff being chased, looking downfield, and he finds a receiver on the sideline, showing a lot of patience, Lucas Ratliff, and he finds his favorite target tonight, Jarrett Braglin, who picks up a chunk.
Well, they know where to hang out. When he's on the scramble, they know where to get near the edge.
And that officially takes us to the end of the third quarter with the score, New Lexington 34, Fairfield Union 7.
And let's give a big shout out to Buffalo Wild Wings. Thanks to Larry Tipton and the crew for great food, great service, and the best sports viewing in town. It's all at Buffalo Wild Wings in the Plaza Shopping Center on North Memorial Drive in Lancaster. And also, tonight's second half scoreboard sponsor is Buckeye Lake Marina. If you're looking for a new boat, a great pre-owned watercraft, or a place to get parts for your boat, Buckeye Lake Marina has it all. More information can be found at buckeyeLakeMarina.com.
We want to say thanks to our great IVP Sports crew back with us tonight. And up on top camera tonight, Jim Spires. I think he's year 32, I heard tonight. There's Jim up on the top camera tonight. Got the nice fancy monitor up there as well. So thanks for him being here tonight. Also Jason Roush on our middle camera. And Tom Russo giving you great sideline shots down there as well. And in the truck doing his thing as there's Jason down on the middle camera. Wave to the folks, Jason. Thank you. And then we've got Donnie Ziegfeld doing the graphics in the trailer alongside Shane Messina, our director Bob Campetti. There's Tom Russo. And our intern Craig Carpenter also hanging out in the trailer tonight doing some work for us as well. So glad to have everybody here and glad to have you with us as well. 2nd and 27 to start the fourth quarter. And Ratliff will find Braglin. Flag coming in as well as Braglin runs out of bounds. Flag came back from the secondary.
Called out. Offensive interference?
Well, you don't see that much.
Not from there.
No. Must have been real obvious.
At least that was the signal that I saw.
Yeah, I saw the same thing.
There's no penalty for offensive interference.
Picking up the penalty.
The pass was behind the line of scrimmage.
Okay.
He was blocking.
Yes.
And that's legal. Good job by the officials to get that straight and the other people stepping in.
At least they worked together and got that one figured out.
Yep.
3rd and 20.
All right, 3rd down now.
What, only 19 to go? Yeah.
It seems like a breeze now.
Yeah.
Ratliff flushed out, looking downfield. He's going to tuck it and run, and get what he can and get out of bounds.
Good job right there.
I've noticed for the first time tonight on this drive, it seems like Fairfield Union's got consistent pressure on Ratliff.
I agree. And, you know, those are things that from the coaching staff, you know, you can play a great half, but you got to play a great 4 quarters. And, you know, the coaches will evaluate that and break that down and, you know, talk to their players about let's get better, more consistent.
Panthers going to go for it on 4th down.
They just picked up 5.
Marker.
Yep, they just picked up 5.
That ball offsides against the Falcons. Makes it 4th and 5.
Makes it a little bit easier, 4th and 5. There's a picture of our crew earlier tonight. It's like photo day at first day of school. Great to see everybody back with us this year. Looking for another exciting year. Panthers trying to pick up a 4th down. Ratliff stands in the pocket, fires in, and incomplete. Nice diving effort in the end zone. That's Toth who could not come up with it. And the Panthers will turn it over on downs inside of 11.5 to play.
Falcons take over on downs.
Well, in spite of all that, they got the ball down, you know what, to the 10-yard line.
Yeah, they were on the wrong side of midfield for a long time with penalties. And if nothing else for Fairfield Union, that little stand in the red zone, certainly something you can build on for the future.
Falcons from around the 10-yard line.
And, you know, that's part of coaching. You've got to teach these players with 11:26 to go. You're only going to get so many plays and minutes in high school athletics. You've got to play every one of those minutes and those plays to its fullest extent possible. Don't worry about the scoreboard in the games. And both teams have got to do that, whether you're on top big or, you know, behind.
And going to be a handoff, and coming free is Rolls. Nice gain as he picks up the 1st down and more. And Brennan Rolls will take it out to the 30-yard line. Rolls a 5'11", 165-pound senior. Also plays some basketball for the Falcons. Well, this is also a time for Fairfield Union. You got to think that they're trying to find out some things because, you know, you get limited reps in practice. And, you know, a couple of scrimmages, you maybe don't know enough about your team yet. Here's Hazelwood up the middle. And he'll get forward progress out to about the 32, we'll say.
No, there's nothing like game competition.
Right.
You know, you can talk about experience or lack of it, but the best experience you get is during a game.
Second down and 8 for the Falcons.
Not to mention, it's probably a nice thing just to have a different colored jersey in front of you because you get tired of hitting the same one during practice.
Yeah, it's a different generation in how they practice, that's for sure. But it's still, like you said, you just good to, you know, feels good to go get somebody else.
Aiden Collins will take it straight ahead.
Brought out by Michael Vernon.
And bring up 3rd and 5 as we tick down near 10 minutes to go in this one. You got to find out a little bit about your players right here. You find out who's got a little grit and toughness without losing their composure, who can execute when it's later in the game. You know, I get playing some younger kids and doing some things and establishing some depth, but you got a lot to find out. Right, yeah. You still don't know enough, I would think, at this point in the year. Here's an inside counter. Pick up there on 3rd down. That'll bring up 4th down. He's on the carry for the first time tonight. Jacob Markwood, 6'3", 230 pounds, and a senior. I think he would be a pretty good back in short yardage situations. I feel like I'm having to yell a little bit. The band's getting into it a little bit down there, and the students as well.
The band out here has always been tremendous.
Yeah.
It has been.
Long, rich tradition of marching band history here at Fairfield Union.
Yeah, and they always come out and support. We see them at the basketball games, the football games. What a great community support you have here.
Got a couple of Marching Falcon alums in our crew as well. Shane Messina and Donnie Ziegfeld. Timeout taken by Fairfield Union with 8:44 to go. Our timeouts tonight sponsored by the Carriage Company. Some of the cheerleaders as well, as we thank the Carriage Company for their sponsorship of our timeouts tonight and all season. Now you're right, Shu. The community support for all sports and activities and athletics and extracurriculars is just really strong out here at Fairfield Union.
It really is. I mean, I'm not sure there's any place I could not say that, but I just know from our experiences that we've had out here, we see it in everything we do, an opportunity to get to know people out this way and how friendly and cordial they are to us when we come to do things.
Absolutely.
Very much appreciated.
Same way when we've even done some other productions for other extracurriculars as well.
I'm sure.
There you see some next generation Falcons watching this one tonight. Fourth down for Fairfield Union. 4th and 2. Handoff straight ahead, and I don't think he got it. And the defense holds for New Lex as they'll take over.
I will see if he changes offensive personnel here a little bit. I know they're not extremely deep, but 8.5 minutes to go.
See that little one munching on some snacks there in the crowd. Oh. Can't tell if he's got some Pringles or what he's got there.
Nah, they're almost like Cheerios in there, I believe.
He's reaching deep down in there for that one. First and 10 at the 38 for New Lex. A toss out on the edge. And that was Carson Kellogg, who was kind of understood to be the 1-2 punch with Hunter Rose, but they really not even had to go to him much tonight.
Nah, he's the number 2 back right now. He's a sophomore. He's still learning. You know, Coach Board talked about how much he improved his speed last year by going out for track.
That'll do it.
He's a different kind of runner. You know, he's kind of slippery, as they say, you know, and he can get on the perimeter here. He looked good in the scrimmage last week against Nelson.
Coming up, we will name our players of the game from both teams. And off straight ahead. Kellogg's going to be near, and I think we'll pick up a first down. Also a new quarterback in the game for New Lexington, Isaiah Stevens, a sophomore, 5'11" and 145.
Yeah, this is what I thought we were going to see from Coach Board at this point in time. You know, give some reps. I had an old coach many years ago once tell me when you have a team, if you ever want to develop depth, you got to play them.
Absolutely. Well, and certainly it's a reward because a lot of the younger players, they're scout team players during the week. They don't get the opportunities most nights, and when you have these lopsided games, you want to reward them for their hard work during the week to prepare the starters. Looks like we got a penalty. We'll get the call here in a moment.
Face mask.
Yep, face mask against Fairfield Union. We'll move it inside the red zone. Swing pass.
Wow.
Sliding through, and that catch was made. Might have been Ryan Hobbs on that reception.
It went right over the lineman. I'm like, where's he throwing the ball? And he's a lefty, too.
Yeah. Had to get those left-handed footballs out for him. Isaiah Stevens on the pass. That's something you really don't see much these days, left-handed quarterbacks.
I can't think of very many. I mean, if I say to you, name a left-handed quarterback, who comes to your mind right now?
Steve Young.
Good for you. Kenny Stabler.
Boomer
See, I'm
Esiason.
older. I say Ken Stabler.
The only two quarterbacks to win Super Bowls, left-handers, Stabler and Young.
Yeah, that's true.
And rushing into the end zone, shot out of a cannon was Carson Kellogg. He'll take it in for the score.
Yeah, that's kind of too easy there. You can't be happy with that from a defensive standpoint.
No, certainly. And certainly elation on the far sideline as it's been a good night for New Lexington, especially on the offensive side.
They came ready. Well, I mean, and they've only given up 7 points, against an offense that is a little different to prepare for, to be quite honest with you.
Kick is up, and the kick is good.
And that's something else they might be finding out. They may find out somebody who can kick extra points accurately too.
And I know you've talked about this many a times, is how much of a weapon it is to have a kicker in high school football.
It matters. You know, we used to see, I guess I could revert back to watching the Hilliard-Davidson teams. They were very methodical, played very conservative, but they always had a punter and they always had a place kicker and played field position and could beat you with a field goal. You know, sometimes you can simplify the game.
What do you think of Bloom Carroll's always been a program that has had good special teams, like especially place kicking. And certainly, I mean, I'm sure if you sat down as a coach and added up throughout the season how many points that you earned because you had the ability to kick field goals.
Well, you know, I used to talk to Coach Bartholomew, and, you know, they had kickers that had gone to summer camps for training and learning this, you know, this special techniques, details, and all of a sudden it pays off for you here in the fall.
Absolutely, it does. 41-7. Not quite the margin for the running clock, but I'm sorry, it is the running margin. I was thinking 35. It's 30.
It's 30.
See, that's why I don't do math.
Okay.
It's week one for everybody. DeMoult kick this one off, and it'll be scooped up by an up back, and the Falcons will start at the 39-yard line. Well, let's get into our players of the game, and tonight's Bay Food player of the game from New Lexington, brought to you by Bay Food Market. They've been servicing the Fairfield County for more than 90 years, located at the corner of Maple and Walnut Streets in Lancaster. Bay Food Market provides the community with the highest quality meats. Stop in and discover the Bay's difference.
Well, obviously with their offensive showing tonight, you know, there's certainly some people to name there, but I think you got to give it to Lucas Ratliff. Here's a player coming in that was a wide receiver, playing quarterback, distributed the ball, ran the offense, got them lined up how they're supposed to be, played defense. I mean, who was making the tackles early in the game?
Absolutely.
Lucas Ratliff. So congrats to him, and big night. Shout out to number 12 for.
Yep, number 12 in white tonight. Yep. Lucas Ratliff, the quarterback for New Lexington. Would have never known that he was not the starting quarterback last year.
He is so composed. I'm very impressed with his composure.
And coming up momentarily, we'll name our Fairfield Union player of the game, and maybe we'll get Marion's opinion, see if he would want to weigh in on any of this. Hazelwood on the end around, and he will take it into New Lex territory. Tonight's Fairfield Union player of the game is brought to you by the Edwards Insurance Agency, specializing in providing personalized insurance coverage that meets the needs of our individual clients. Contact Todd or Dale Edwards today. Marion, any nominations for Fairfield Union player of the game?
Yeah, guys, this is always tough, without the benefit of stats. And Fairfield Union's had a tough go of it tonight, obviously, on the offensive side of the ball and the defensive side of the ball. But I was really impressed, number 15, Owen Ruff, the sophomore. Could say wingback, also played a little bit of quarterback. Not having a lot of playing time coming into this season, but coming into this game, making a lot of plays. When Hayden Collins came out of the game, doing the punting duties, guy had a lot of work doing punting, punted the ball fairly well, avoided a couple blocks, and made some plays on defense as well. So I was impressed with Owen Ruff, the sophomore, 5'10", 185. I would give him the player of the game.
Meanwhile, while Marion was talking, Jacob Markwood rumbles for a big gain for Fairfield Union.
That's big skill, isn't it?
That's right.
He showed it right there.
6'3", 230.
Looked like a semi on the loose.
And pushing the pile forward, nearing another first down for the Falcons.
Yeah, a little more success here. I know it's, number twos on number twos, but they're running some counters here and having some success up front.
Absolutely. So congratulations to Owen Ruff, our Fairfield Union player of the game, brought to you by the Edwards Insurance Agency. We're down inside of 4.5 to play. It goes fast with the running clock.
It sure does.
And straight ahead, moving forward, is number 25, Grant Bach. And he will have a first down for Fairfield Union, trying to put one more on the board here before this one's over. Just for confidence sake, I would think they'd want to get it in.
Like I said earlier, you only get one opportunity. Play every down.
Bach, a senior. That one bobbled. Going straight ahead and making it into the end zone. How about that? Hayden Collins made something out of nothing there.
Yeah, Hayden's just not going to go down real easy.
It was one of those that looked like it could have been a disaster, but it pays off.
Well, you know, sometimes those bobbles and things create timing
On
problems.
kickoffs especially.
Oh, we see it all the time.
Absolutely. Usually the biggest returns are on a bobbled return. As Isabel O'Neill will come out to attempt the extra point. There you get a good look at her. And that kick is good. So the score now 41-14 in favor of New Lexington with 3:36 to go in this one.
Hey guys, I'm always, just a quick sidebar, always so impressed with Isabel. A strong leg, my goodness. I mean, that was a line drop, went straight through the uprights, but it was really moving, very, very strong leg, and didn't benefit them much tonight, but I think the Falcons are going to have, continue to have a great weapon in her as a kicker.
Absolutely. So we'll see if they draw up the old onside kick here or not here. Week one, do you want to show your cards this early?
You know what? They haven't kicked it very far all night. So
well, that's true.
Why would it matter? And New Lex is anticipating it, as you see.
Usually they have the good hands people out there for this.
They've got 8 players within 10 yards.
Score update after 3. Bloom Carroll still trailing Harvest Prep 20-7. Definitely going to be an interesting year around Fairfield County high school football. Is that one taken by an up back around the 40? Liberty Union getting their quarterback back. Will they be an improved team, you would think?
I think so.
A lot of skill players graduated at Byrne Union. They still have Nate Nemeth, the quarterback, but who will fill in those positions? 63-14, Fisher Catholic trailing Tuscarora Central Catholic. So a tough start for the Irish. Gales at halftime were being shut out big against Pickerington North.
Well, they always say in football, the biggest improvement usually is from week 1 to week 2.
Mm-hmm.
If you're doing your work, and some of them are going to need it.
And some of them are going to want to burn the film after this week and just move on to next week. Not much doing there on first down. Halftime score, Amanda Clear Creek trailing Jonathan Alder 42-3.
Wow. Now, in defense of Amanda, Alder generally has really good teams.
They were down, I think, a year or two ago, but Alder has bounced back, it looks like, in a big way.
They have a tradition of having winning seasons.
Mm-hmm. Second down, a toss out to the edge. And on the carry there for the Panthers, Malachi Ryder, I should say. Bring up 3rd and long for the Panthers, something they, for the most part, stayed out of tonight.
3rd down and 14.
Bring up 3rd and 14. A swing pass out here in the flat. And a nice tackle there made at the 40-yard line. Is coming up to make the stop is number 76, Caden Redmond. We should remember a lot of these players got to turn right around and get up tomorrow morning and play another game over in New Lex. JV game.
If they play JVs on Saturday morning, some of them play Mondays sometimes. I'm not sure how that goes. It used to always be Saturday morning.
Some of the smaller schools do the Mondays.
Yeah. It's a good question, though.
Punt goes end over end, a nice one.
Yeah, Toth can kick it.
It's kind of a tricky thing when you have this situation late in the game where special teams, is it varsity special teams, is it JV special teams,
Yeah.
Who's out for what. Can always be a bit of a tricky situation.
I mean, that's a 44-yard punt. That'll you can get by with that.
Yes, you can. Nothing to sneeze at. We're down near a half minute to play in this running clock second half. Falcons just now getting to the line of scrimmage. And it'll be a handoff up the middle for a pretty decent game there on first down.
Yeah, excuse me, as far as Fairfield Union, this is an opportunity. You just want to finish on a positive note here. They had a nice drive with this young group. You want to continue to have a good end to the game and take those good things that you've done and carry it into the next day and the next practice.
Just confirmed, it is a 10 o'clock JV game tomorrow over New Lex. So there you go.
Okay.
So quick turnaround for some of these youngsters getting to play tonight.
Another good reason, though, also to have a close game.
That's right.
Why this game should be played. You're 25, 30 minutes away.
There's Pritchard trying to get the edge. He'll have a first down as he's run out across the 35-yard line on the stop. Caleb back for the Panthers. We'll probably have about one more play in this one. Really, we talked about the time, Tim. That score right before halftime for New Lex. I mean, it was a couple of score game. You could kind of feel it start to slip away, but that really was the backbreaker. As you get a look at Pritchard's run.
Yeah, look like, he got a little face mask there on that stiff arm. Official declined to call that one.
That one, bad snap, and going back to dive on it.
Yeah, that's it.
His bar, and that's going to be probably the last play of the game.
Well, that score obviously was like a dagger at the end of the half, but I really, really think, let's go back to what we talked about for both teams to start, was getting early momentum. And to New Lex's credit, they did that early.
Absolutely.
They got 2 scores in that first quarter, drove the ball well. And I think that was just the whole key, setting the tempo for the game and gave them some confidence and allowed them to relax.
Yeah, and certainly they rolled on to this one, winning 41-14 in the season opener over Fairfield Union as New Lex starts the year 1-0, and this is a New Lexington team. Yeah, they play in a tough league, tough schedule, but you put together an effort like this tonight, you can beat some people.
Yeah, they're going to have opportunity to win their games. They really are. Again, Coach Board couldn't have said it better. You got to take advantage of opportunities when they arise, and they do. And sometimes players forget you only get so many of those opportunities, and you have to take advantage of it.
Yeah, their next one will come for New Lexington next week at home against Maysville in their home opener. Of course, Fairfield Union will be here at home against Crooksville, and that's probably really big for Fairfield Union not to have to travel after a week like this where you can still kind of be focused a little bit more and maybe some confidence.
Yeah, and you know what? And that's a Crooksville team that did not win a game last year. That had to play all games away. We talked about their new facility this year and all that. So for Fairfield Union standpoint, they can get back to maybe doing the things that they like to do and focus on. But, there are no gimmies. You have to prepare every week like you're playing the Super Bowl. And you got to get ready to play your best, execute. So we'll see if Marion can get a word with Coach Board.
Yeah, he's trying to locate him down there on the field. I think he did, and trying to get him over there. But, certainly, as you said, Tim, biggest improvement goes from week 1 to week 2. And certainly if things did not go the way that you wanted for Fairfield Union, you learned something, you figured out that, things we have to work on and kind of go from there.
Well, you never really know. I mean, you have some kids back, and to New Lex's credit, they have juniors and seniors. I thought they played that like they had juniors and seniors, except the point in the third quarter there where it got a little sloppy or whatever. They can clean that up. But overall, you're not always sure until you put them out there. I used to say on Friday night when they start cooking popcorn and you have cheerleaders, you never know how they're going to play. It's different from all other time, the live game situation. And tonight, their kids performed.
And having juniors and seniors is one thing, but having juniors and seniors who've had experience is a lot different too.
It is. It is. And you're going to have some good exposure and good experiences. People always say, boy, we got a team with experience. Well, if it's bad experience, it's not good for your team.
We'll remind you that next week we will be at Fulton Field in Lancaster, an OCC battle, as the Marysville Monarchs come to town to take on the Lancaster Golden Gales. And rough night for Lancaster tonight, losing big at Pickerington North. They got to turn around next week, and that's a good an up-and-coming Marysville program who's been on the rise the last couple of years, and it seems like they are staying at that point.
Yeah, they're right there. I just read some comments today about them, and New Albany, I think, played, which is two really good programs right now, right out of the gate. And you know what? If you want to be good, you got to play good people.
Yeah, absolutely. You hope these kinds of bumps and bruises you have early in the season prepare you for league play, and certainly we'll see if that is the case for Lancaster as they go into a very tough OCC Buckeye division. It's tough for me to say after so many years in the Ohio division.
Yeah, I know.
To be in the Buckeye division, but that is where they reside now in the OCC, and it looks like Marion has located head coach Kevin Bortz. Let's send it down to Marion.
Coach Kelly.
Thank you. I thought we all played well. I think when we front, right? Time to give him the ability to distribute the ball, also for running backs to make plays. But did a great job for his start. His athletic ability is just off the charts. He's for us the last 2 years. His brothers played quarterback, so it's in their family. But he's a hard worker, and he's excited for him.
And it's physical football.
Defense played tremendous. That's definitely been a point of emphasis for us. That last year we weren't very good defensively, so we have to continue to grow on that side of the football, continue to fly to the football. That offense is tough to stop, right? They're getting 2-3 yards a pop, so our message is bend but don't break, and just continue to grind, continue to play, and hope that they make a mistake at some point. But I thought our job of flowing, D-line did a good job of standing their guys up to let our linebackers flow and make plays. So it's a team effort. Our word for the week was together, and I thought we really played together tonight, and it was a team effort defensively to stop it.
Great win tonight, but of course, schedule doesn't get any easier. You got some real tough games coming up against John Glenn, coming up West Muskingum, Tays Valley, I believe. What momentum will you take from this game to carry on to the rest of the season?
We talked about we left some opportunities out there last year. I thought as a team, finished in 3-7. We had 2 or 3 games that I felt like we were the better team and just missed an opportunity. So the next game's the most important game for us. Next game is Maysville, so we'll start preparing for them. Coaches this weekend and players on Monday. Right now, we just want to enjoy the feeling of getting this first victory, starting out the season how you want to at 1-0.
Congratulations, Coach. Great job.
Thanks.
Good luck to you. All right, back to you guys.
All right, thanks, Marion. Well, that's the life of the coach. Yeah, you're excited for this win, but you turn right around and you're ready for next game.
Now, you don't sleep regardless, Josh, because preparation has to start soon, especially as a head coach. It starts soon. Yes, the assistants, you have loyal people who do and have jobs to do, but you let the players enjoy it. You have your JV game tomorrow, but you got to get better.
Absolutely.
I mean, You know, as good as they look tonight, there are a lot of things to clean up.
Not to mention you can look great one week and not so much the next.
It's the beauty of sport and why we play the games, and it's what makes it all fun.
Absolutely, and it's great to get it started for another year. And once again, the final score, New Lexington 41, Fairfield Union 14. Don't forget, next week we'll be at Fulton Field for Marysville and Lancaster. And we'll be excited to bring you that one as well. So for our entire IVP Sports crew and for Tim Shoemaker and Marion Royster, I'm Josh Messerly. Thanks for watching the IVP Sports Buffalo Wild Wings Game of the Week. And good night, everybody.
IVP Sports presents the Buffalo Wild Wings High School Football Game of the Week. Brought to you by Buckeye Toyota, Bay Food Market, Fairfield County Adam H., the Savings Bank, Sheridan Funeral Home, Fairfield Federal, Fairfield DD, the Frankie Smith Funeral Home, the Edwards Insurance Agency, Dagger Law, The Carriage Company, Personal Touch Party Rentals, North Body Shop, Fairfield Medical Center, and Buckeye Lake Marina. This has been an IVP Sports production.